Thank you very much for having me. My name is Olukule Abraham, and of course, I'm here with
Jumoke Abiodun, your one and only Melanie.
Thank you very much for adding down, because I would have asked you to add it. Well, the police are set to deploy lie detectors as Chidinma makes U-turn concerning her confessions as touching whether she killed the Super TV CEO, that's been in the news for quite some time now. And quite a lot of thoughts, or school of thoughts, have been in the air as regards this issue, ranging from the way she now looks to how they could make that U-turn. She could make that U-turn rather. What's your take on this issue of Chidinma making a U-turn? Because I know why I'm talking about this now, because we already did a video, when that thing came up.
Yes. Previously, I will start from there. We discussed about my own take, and I made a very good point then. I said there was more to the case, and as the case is progressing now, we can see there is more to this case, because the cousin to the late Super TV CEO made a very valid point, saying from the look of things, Chidinma alone is not alone in this, because according to the autopsy report, there were a lot of stabs, not only on his neck, even on his stomach and other part of his body. And he said he has been there like 5 times or more to check on the body of his late brother. And he said, according to the report he got from the pathologist involved, saying his hands were tied, and from that the effect of that rope being tied to his skin, penetrated deep into the skin, that you can actually put your hand in the hole already made on the part of the body. That, as a matter of fact, it was called upon to test through to see what we were trying to say.
So, I mentioned, sorry I had to cut you there. I mentioned this in our last video, that Chidinma does not look like she's been in this alone.
At all.
And I said at that time that this confession she made then, as if I saw this coming, that she was going to make a U-turn. That she wasn't the only one in that. Seeing this man, agile looking man, I said, regardless of whatever alcohol, the influences that he might have been under, I still feel that there's no way she would have been able to single-handedly tie this man down. But then we saw in the news this morning the Senate rep member saying Chidinma must not die, sending messages to the IGP saying Chidinma must not die. I do not know. I don't understand. Is Chidinma the only person in prison or going through? We didn't hear anything about Babajisha at that time. I just mentioned that anyway, not that. But there are other people. Why is this issue of Chidinma an exception? And I would like you to make response to also the fact that she's looking more beautiful. You mentioned that behind camera at that time.
This is Nigeria for sure. Yes, so
you guys said earlier on, why this is Nigeria? We know this is Nigeria. So what do you mean this is Nigeria?
Yes, so while this is Nigeria, whereby the just are being punished, while the guilty are being set free.
Yes. That happens a lot here.
Yes. Yes, I stand to be corrected, but that is the fact. This is reality. And also, I was so sure the first confession she made was not under duress. What if she was accosted that, okay, we are only following what we are being told or what is being released. We don't know what took place or the event that took place behind.
You mean the first confession she made, whether it was under duress?
Yes.
Are you sure?
And I'll give my reason for saying that. Okay, because it was reported that she was arrested in her father's house. And from her own confession, let's compare and contrast. She said she went there. She came back to pick her stuffs. On getting there, she met the door half open. She said she couldn't raise alarm because she didn't want people to point fingers at her as being a murderer. And eventually, they are pointing fingers at her as being the prime suspect of that murder. Definitely, even those people in the premises, they should be held responsible, because fine, the person in charge of that place was arrested and she was interviewed and all that. I think they should, the police should go back there. There is more to this case, because even that place, I I don't know. Is it that the apartment is soundproof or because why the this thing the atrocity was being committed?
Yeah.
I'm very sure the man would have shouted for help.
Yeah, but there wasn't any. Has there been any comment as regards whether they placed a tape around his mouth, not to have allowed him to talk, to shout? I don't think we didn't hear anything. So that means the noise would have been, yeah.
And according to her, she said she met the chair in the room, you know, upside down. She met the bed sheet stained with blood and all that. Why I said she might be under duress in making that confession. If you look at the first video she made, no, she was not looking directly at the camera and she was a little bit reserved. So
okay, sorry, let's get you straight. Are you saying, is it the second video that you said, the first one that she made under duress? Okay.
I'm not saying she made it on.
You are saying maybe, I understand. Yes, I'm only trying to clarify whether it's the second one you were referring to. Okay.
The second video, she was relaxed.
She was more relaxed, yes.
And she was looking more pretty. As one fact, wow, there's some people that they reacted to that video saying, are there makeup artists in the prison? Because, you know, her hair was well packed. She was, even the dress on that she was putting on was, you know, was well, okay and all that. You know, this is Nigeria.
I didn't see anything to all that because I still feel the hair she was carrying was just a normal, you know, hairdo and all that. Okay. Okay, what about these reactions as to House of Rep calling for her not to die in prison?
You know, in Nigeria, there is hierarchy.
Okay, hierarchy.
And there's hierarchy in empire too. so it's the case in Nigeria. In case you're not careful, that's why it's not good to look down anyone.
Are you sure we're going to get to the end of this matter the way? Because now we are going to go the Pinocchio way. You remember the story of Pinocchio? Pinocchio, where every time he tells a single lie, the nose comes out. He tells another lie, the nose comes out. Maybe we're going to do something. Because the police are said to deploy, they are going to deploy lie detector now. I don't know, we've not been deploying lie detector on other issues. Why on this one?
That's why I said this is Nigeria. Police.
Okay.
Well,
so what do you see? What do you see? Okay, no, they are doing their best. They are trying. But what do you see to the end? What do you see as being the end of this particular war?
From my own perspective, bro, I'm very sure
there's still more to it.
There's still more, but as the case is going now, even me as a person, I'm getting
losing interest.
Yes, because
getting bored.
A lot of bigger hands have been looking into the case. The likes of the Kemi lawyer, the popular blogger, Senate, and that's why you have to be very careful in dealing with people. You never can tell. She's small, she's naive, and she's innocent. She might have all those people in the higher rank, taking up her case. So,
all right, thank you very much. Let's move on to this one that happened. I'm trying to get the location of where this happened. We've seen a man beating up his wife to death for refusing sex. This man beat up his wife for refusing sex. The woman died, unfortunately. What's your take on this issue? I understand she already had two children, right?
Yes.
She already had 2 children, and so the man beat her up till she got into that state where they couldn't, get her back. I noticed that it was an ambulance that they used to pick her up, but then she eventually died. What's your take on this particular one? Because you are a love affair person, that's why I'm throwing this at you. What's your take on it?
You said you don't know where it took place. It happened in Edo State, actually.
Okay, thank you.
I used to say something that love or marriage is not a two-other affair. Yes, because according to the report at the time I was, reading through, it was clear that was not the first time this woman will have, will get beaten by her husband,
Because of sex.
Not even because of sex, because of just
several other things.
Venia issues.
Okay.
And this woman happened to be a twin. Okay. So it was the twin sister that was giving a report at the end of the day saying, they've been having issues, the man is always beating the wife and all that. And at the end of the day, she was trying to avoid trouble. She decided to lock herself up in the room, saying she just wants to be herself. And the husband, now being a violent man, wanted to break into the room just all because of sex. And the woman was trying to escape through the window. And this man, a very sensitive man. And men are congee. When they are in that mood, they can become anything.
But the point is, come to think of it, don't you feel that if this man is a sane man, in the process of the hunger and everything, the drive for sex shouldn't it have died down?
No, at all. In one of my previous videos, I discussed about libido and how you can control yourself. We have different type of people and the way they control their urge. We have people on the high libido, and this is the same case with this man. There's some people that they can't control it. That's why you see some ladies, they are flirty in nature. It's not their fault. Most of them, this thing can be hereditary. Yes, you can actually inherit it. I have a case of a very young boy like that. Even for the grace of God, and we noticed it quickly. At every point in time, if he's playing with a particular girl, we see the hormone rising and all that. So the man couldn't control it, and an hungry man is an angry man. He's hungry for sex.
Hungry for sex.
So definitely we shouldn't be angry. I'm seeing the wife trying to escape through the window, drag her down to say that she had to eat her head on the block set aside by the landlord, or I don't know. And from there she was beaten to coma. Even the neighbors couldn't come out because they knew the man was going to pounce back on them.
Now, I think I would allow you to. Yes, there are some disturbing, a little bit disturbing pictures that you'll be seeing as we talk here. Now, I'll allow you to give your own side of this story, so that we balance it up. For me, being a man, I feel that except that you now mentioned that there are some guys who have their high thing that once it goes up to come down, he must not. I think he should go and look for a hole in his wall, in the wall of his house, and do something about it. But then I still feel that guys should just be very careful. Should just take it easy. Because now, one of the pictures shows this man with handcuffs in his hand. Will he be able to have sex in prison? That will not continue. That will not continue. Apart from the fact that a wonderful young woman has been, moved on, out of this place. But then he also will not be able to continue a normal life. The least he can get now is life imprisonment. So that means that sex that drove him to prison, he might never see one again. He might never, not even taste, but he might never even see, a woman's private part again. So I feel that men should just be very, very careful and get to that point. And I feel that now I'm not supposed to say this, but maybe I should just leave it because I'm personal. I feel that we should just get to that point where you can walk away. You can walk away, but I think it's just peculiar to him because of the way they've been running, their affairs since. I feel that he could just walk away and just move away, and then by the time you come back, if it's to, what's your take? What's your take?
No, I'll be saying this differently. This is to women out there.
Yes. I wanted you to address that.
Yes. There will surely be a red flag in every relationship. If you see that no, this thing is going to become a disaster. There will surely be a red flag. Okay, this man has beaten you not once, not twice, not thrice. Please, that's not definition of love. Definitely, if you refuse to walk away, you will surely be a goodie bag, and that was the same case with this woman. I'm very sure we should have been, receiving advice from people, getting different kind of, suggestion that hello, take it up with this man.
I'm sorry. Could it be that because we can't be blaming the dead now. We can't blame the dead now. But then let's assume she was standing now. Could it be that she also had her own side? There was also a side. She also had her own side too. Probably she has also been refusing him of sex and things like that. We were not told that there has been any threat on the man's side as to whether the woman was an infidel or she was committing adultery things like that. But then could it be that it has become a norm for her to refuse him sex normally? So he has resolved to, it has to be violence. You understand? I don't know. I'm just trying to go into his mind, which of course, I have given my take on it, that it shouldn't result into that, because I feel that sex that you don't have pleasurably, even to kiss your wife that is not happy, it can be sweet. You understand? Because the lips have no sugar except the person they're kissing is, I'm just being true. I'm just being truthful. My producer is laughing there. So do you understand? The lips have no sugar. You understand? Yes. It's only sweet when the person the other person is responding. Yes. It's emotionally attached to. You understand? Okay, continue. Because I'm beginning to take over here. So what you were trying to round up?
Yes, you're on the right side.
Yeah.
And what I'll just say is some guys are sex maniacs. If they don't go violent, they can't enjoy it. So you have to be watchful as a lady. And also to guys out there, see, sex is a thing of the mind. You can't force it. Even if you force it as a man, you won't even enjoy yourself. As a matter of fact, you won't find it pleasurable.
No, it's supposed to be. This show is supposed to be discussion. It's supposed to be interactive. Now, let me bump in. There are some ladies who you need to wind them, and they need to wind it very well before it comes on. You understand? Some you only just need a small pipe peck and hug. You already send the message, and your wife is following you inside. But some, if you don't wind the genital very well, it won't start. Whereas, you understand? So maybe she's that kind of woman that you have to wind and the man does not have time to wind. The man is on the opposite side of, he's just on pam and he wants to do.
It still boils down to knowing yourself is better. See, every woman has a weak point, no matter how hard you try to whine. Maybe the man, a violent man, how do you want to discover the kind of wife you got married to? You're always going violent, you always want to take everything by force. There's no way you can, come easily with her. There's no way she can just give herself easily if you don't calm down. And also, you made a very vital point by saying, some women, before they respond to simile, it takes a lot of time. Some of them, they are rape victims.
Yes.
And this thing called rape, it's a life trauma. Some of them find it so difficult to adapt. So that fact that they are now married. That's why you see most of them, once they are being touched, they go weird and they just behave in a rational manner that even you as a man you feel disgusted. So if you have a case of a woman like that, you just have to help her build herself psychologically and sexually for her to come around. And for the other part,
we're just being a little bit practical here. Yes, I'll leave you to please give us 4 type of people you shouldn't bother dating. But then let me go a little bit further.
Okay.
There are some guys, they could be, even when the woman releases herself, they are still violent in having sex. You understand? The way they handle the woman, they are rough about it. Yes, I've had I've had ladies make such comment before about their husbands, not that they are. You understand? If he can, he won't. You understand? He can. You understand? Some people can be that violent. But one thing I would say at this point is that if a woman finds herself in such a shoe, I think there is the wisdom, and you really love the person, you want to stay with that guy. It's not like the guy is mad. Listen, let's take it, look at it from this angle. Leave this guy's case.
Okay.
You understand? This one wants to do it by force, he beats the woman to wear back. But these ones, they are not violent about it. But once they are in operation like this, they can, you understand, the way they will be doing the thing, it will look as if their life depends on it, you understand, until they get to climax. How do you think, for me, I feel that women who find themselves under such should be very careful. You understand, should be very, very careful in dealing with such persons when it comes to sex. You understand? Because for such person who can behave in such manners while he's in operation, he could be very, he could have issues, but then I also think that she, apart from her being careful, she should be extra careful.
Yes.
Sometimes she is not interested. I've seen women who will just lie down there.
Like
the man does not mind. You understand? That's the violent type. Yes, the violent, they don't mind. It doesn't matter whether you are touching him or not. No, even if he's there, this kind of man will sleep with the woman even if she dies.
Yes.
If in the process he dragged her and she said my head, he's not concerned about that my head though. It's where he wants to, and by the time he finishes is when he discovers that
hey, this one is
get up now.
Hey.
Did you get my point?
Yes. That's why I call them sex maniacs. They don't enjoy it unless they go violent. And the best thing to do as a woman, please take your husband for therapy. He needs a therapy.
Stylishly, don't go and say you must go for therapy.
No.
You must go. Don't
there are ways to go about it.
There are ways to go about it.
Just sit down, babes. I think we should go for this.
Okay, don't do that on my show. Don't worry. You teach them that one later in love affairs. Okay. Finally, just give us the 4 types of people very quickly.
Okay. We have 4 types of people you shouldn't date, regardless, even if you love them to the brim. And the first type of people are toxic people. These people, they will always hurt you, no matter what you do. And the second category of people are the talkative people. Any small secrets. You understand? And the third category of people are the deceptive people. Anything they say, you will never find any out of truth in it.
They're never truthful
at all. And also, the fourth type of people you shouldn't date are this kind of people in which we've talked about toxic, we've talked about deceptive, we've talked about the talkative types. These people that are not ready to take responsibility for their homes, they always want to run away from responsibility. They are the proud and pompous one. They always want to dominate.
Thank you. Which one? Why are you?
I'm trying to describe it.
Thank you very much for joining us. Well, we'll be leaving you at this point, and of course, we'll make a comeback some other time, and then you will, enjoy some videos from us again. Of course, please do share our videos and do touch the notification button, subscribe, and also just keep watching. My name remains Olukunle Abraham, and of course,
still your one and only Melanie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.